2 and 1. And we're back. This is the Big Things by Nine podcast. My name is Keith. What's up, Eric?
What's up, Keith? How you doing today?
Good, man. Just enjoying a nice little Saturday. You know, peace and quiet. Nobody fucking with me, so can't complain. So what's up with you?
Not much. Just having a rest day today, actually, from a hell week.
I never watched that video that you sent me.
You never watched it?
No, I mean, Tisa even said it was incredible.
Well, basically what it was talking about was, one thing it was talking about, there's like this sugar that, I can't remember the name of it, but they make it and they actually put it in, you put it in your coffee, just like those little packets you put in coffee.
The convection
like
sugar.
The sweeteners.
Yeah,
and so there's this sweetener and all of a sudden, it actually turned to a liquid, like all around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, what it was saying is things are happening instantaneously. I think like not just this, but I mean a bunch of things, and like things that are happening in our bodies, and just information is starting to come through, and it's basically talking about there's no other explanation except for God. You know what I mean? That subject always has to come up when something miraculously happens.
Mm-hmm.
But what it's saying is. There are a lot of things happening to individuals, and there a lot of other individuals around the world is happening to as well. And it's just basically saying like this world is changing now, and we got to wake up and we got to really see what's going on. It's
totally changing, dude. Think about where we were early 2000s, and just how much technology there's been in the last 20 years, Yeah. And then with all this other shit you're talking about, it's not the same world, dude. And like it's a COVID-based world. Like remember I told you 1,000 times, my mom. When COVID first got here, my mom told me, she's like, everybody's going to get it. It's going to be a way of life. That's how, you got to accept it, And that's what they want,
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. Like with me, like I'm totally like, me, I'm going in the whole spiritual side of life because personally things are truly happening to me. They're not constantly happening.
Too,
Well, that's the thing. It's like I truly think we're here to actually look at ourselves and really figure that shit out. And we're not going to be able to do that unless we have time to sit and just literally think about that. You know what I mean? Have time to ourselves to actually go within. I mean, my whole life, things have been happening to me that I've had happen like seriously, but I've never paid attention to it. And a lot of my life, I've really thought like life was happening to me. You know what I mean? Like I really thought, like what is going on with my life? You know what I mean? And lately, I've been like really paying attention to my thoughts, my actions, and just the world around me. And I truly believe that the world is actually happening for me. Like when you have a thought and you go to do something, but then you think those negative thoughts as well that come up, like those are things that are actually stopping you from getting whatever you want to become. You know what I mean? Like I really believe like the fear that we have, the reason why we have fear, when you get fear, that fear comes up and you just get a lot of anxiety and just energy. Yeah, you get a lot of energy.
Oh yeah.
That energy's coming up for you to actually go into it. It's giving you the energy to do it. You know what I mean? But when we actually let that in, I get scared all the time. I get a lot of, I still get scared all the time.
Yeah, sure.
Things are holding me back from actually doing shit. But when I actually do it, like, it's like, man, like this energy is here for me. It's giving me the strength and the energy to realize this is something I need to overcome. You know what I mean? And so the biggest thing about fear is it's something we don't know about. It's just something we're not comfortable with. And so the only way to be comfortable with something is to do it. You know what I mean? Everything in life that we do, when we start something out, I mean, it's a little scary. You know what I mean? It's a little fearful.
First time, yep.
But that's the thing. It's like
you get that anxiety like in your stomach,
Yeah, but that's the
worst
thing.
Like, too. I hate it.
One thing that I've been noticing is like when that fear comes up, like I try to like just move into it, you know what I mean? The best I can, even if it's just little teeny steps. Just do a little bit here and a little bit there, and just at least do a little bit, so you're becoming familiar with, and then
sure.
It's I don't know. It's just that's the best way I can describe it. But I mean, we need to start paying attention to our lives and what we're here for, and wake up. You know what I mean? Like most people, they won't even look at their lives.
Well, they're happy with where they're at.
They're fucking retarded, bro.
They're happy where they're at.
Honestly,
they believe everything the government tells them, because they're okay with that,
Well, that's the thing. It's like, why would the world tell me something wrong? You know what I mean? It's like, I'm 40 years old, and my whole life I've paid attention to everything.
The government lies more than anybody.
Everything. I mean, if there's somebody, if I'm at a restaurant and somebody's sitting in the corner, you know what I mean? I'm paying attention to him. I'm paying attention to that person. I'm paying attention to the whole room constantly at all times. You know what I mean? To the best of my ability. And so it's like, I've always been able to see bullshit. I've always been able to read people. I've always been able to just. And the funny thing about it is when people lie now, I just let them lie, so it actually gets me more information. You know what I mean? To make sure
not get pissed about it. Like I used to always. I learned this from my mother. I used to bullshit. My mom was on drugs and stuff. You know.
Well, me too.
And,
yeah.
Yeah, me too. But it was like my mom said something that made sense. Like to protect her. That she didn't ever want to put herself in a position to get lied. So, like, asking me a question, like, almost like a setup, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, if she thinks there's a chance
I set people up every time.
Yeah. So
all the time.
There's a chance people are going to lie, that's when they're going to do it.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Well, it just gives you that much information on how much can I trust this person? How much am I going to be able to allow myself to... you know what I mean? We got to protect ourselves. You know what I mean? Because when you say something about yourself, people use that against you. Mm-hmm. These days, I mean, it's actually ridiculous. It's like people are they get excited to talk shit on you. You know what I mean?
Dude, people are fucked up like that.
And if you notice one person talking shit on somebody, they're going to be talking shit on you as well. Mm-hmm. A shit talker is a shit talker. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. I mean, like, and we all can tell the shit talkers. They're the people that talk shit about everybody. Yeah. Of course, I mean, there's certain individuals where you talk shit on, but pay attention to how they're talking shit on them. You know what I mean? If they're just constantly just, you know, they can't say anything positive about anybody. It's like, that's the people, I don't know, like...
They're kind of stuck in their own ways.
Yeah, but one thing about that is it's like, it makes me go back to, you know, we're all here for a reason, you know? And I know I've done some really horrible things in my life.
Shit.
You know? And I was allowed to be forgiven. And so when I see those type of people, like just some evil people, even the evil people that are running this world, it's like I believe we're going to have a test to, when it truly comes out, what type of people are we going to be? Are we going to just want to hang them?
Yeah.
Or are we going to want to be like, hey, well, why the hell are you this way? You know what I mean? Because there's so many people out there, I truly believe, their families might be in stake. You know what I mean? They might have had to do things to save their family and stuff.
There's a girl on Fox News that does the weather in the mornings. Her name's Janice Dean, and I saw this a while ago. She lost her husband's mom and dad, and then she lost her parents to COVID. 4 of them. 4 of them all died of COVID, and this was in the first go-run. You know?
Well, and that's the thing, too. I mean, this is kind of off the subject, but... What if that's even a thing to just even get rid of people? Okay, well, let's just give them COVID. Say they die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's just kind of off the subject.
No,
that just kind of came to me. But what I'm starting to notice, too, is things come to us instantaneously. Like when I was talking about that stuff, like just instantaneous. We are getting information. That's what our brains are. Our brains are, what we see is information that's being given to us. And that's scientifically proven. Yep. And so we're constantly getting information given to us instantaneously. And it's what we do with it. It's do we pay attention to it, or do we disregard it just because we don't understand it? And I truly think,
or want to understand it really too.
That's the thing. Do we want to understand it? And I'm starting. That's the things I'm starting to pay attention to. And I'm starting to pay attention to that life is really happening for me. And once you can actually change that perception and really open your eyes and pay attention, things really happen for you. And that's why it always talks about. Know thyself. Know your thoughts. Know what you're thinking, because you're constantly creating your reality. And one thing I mean, I'm truly starting to understand, and this is going to go kind of out there, but we're part of creation, right? God, you know what I mean? There's God out there, and God is one of all, and God is, correct? So if God is, then there's nothing that God isn't, right?
Yeah, correct.
So we're part of creation in some way, shape, or form. Who knows if there's higher beings, whatever. There might be a big God up there. I don't know. But I know we are created in His image. And so if we're created in His image, what type of power do we have? What type of information are we paying attention to actually create our own world? You know what I mean? And that's just where I'm at. And I mean...
Makes sense. So I wanted to show you this because you're in this. So this is I'm writing a book right now, and you're one of the 9 people, but you're under a different name. And so I picked 9 people from when we were out there back in the day,
That's actually, like, so many people's been telling me to write a book, bro, and it's like
9 people.
That's actually not a bad idea.
9 people with similar addictions trying to find their place in a crazy world that they created. A story of heartbreak and triumph and the challenges that so many face when getting clean. Who will make it and who will not? And so I picked 9 people that I've known like over the years, and you're one of them. I haven't gotten to you yet, but it's a different name. What I did, I took events that happened in your life, her life, his life, put it all in the middle. So here, Keith, you did this under a different name. Eric, you know?
Yeah.
So like it's 9 different stories, but you don't really know who's who because it's all different names and stuff though. So
yeah.
It's like, for example, like I had a girlfriend most of the time when I was on the streets. Well, in the book, I didn't have a girlfriend, you know? And I think you had a girlfriend. So that's when, it was really fucked up. But yeah, no, I just came across that, did the cover,
Hell yeah.
It's I've been making progress with it. It'll be ready in the fall. I just gotta, gotta try and find a publisher. But sex sells, Sex is what sells, and this.
Well, yeah.
In this book, that's sex right there, Sex sells. So, and she's got so many cool things on her, like Rebel 8, Smile Now, like down there. Look at the fucking skull with the snake going through it. And
Hell
stuff.
yeah.
Like, fuck yeah, what's the snake doing up there,
Right.
But yeah, so I figured I'd tell you that before I really wrote much on you.
Oh, I don't care. Fuck, ask me questions. You know me. I'm an open book.
Yep. So yeah, I am going to do that in an interview because I've talked to a couple of people about it and they think it's fucking cool. So the thing, I didn't watch it, but what was the thing you sent out the other day that Tisa loved? Because
that's what I was
she
talking about.
disagrees with you.
It was basically just saying like we're part of creation and we need to open up. And I mean, there's a lot of information out there, and I truly believe all religions are just dogma. You know what that means?
Yeah,
it just means it's information out there to kind of control you.
Yep.
But I do believe most people I do believe most people in religions are really good people, and they just don't understand. You know what I mean? And just like me, I mean, I don't understand and I want to understand. Mm-hmm. But I had to have a deep just desire for knowledge, and that's and it took a while, but I mean, then I really started having some just crazy fucking things happen to me, bro.
Right. Like what?
Well, like how I've just been waking up in just that vibrational state.
Oh,
like
yeah.
The last time it was, I could actually
it's hard
hear
to
it.
wake up like that.
But it's just, it's basically just astral projection.
Mm-hmm.
But Kundalini, I think it's called too. But I mean, it's just paying attention to your energy centers, and we're all energetic beings. And so the more we can pay attention to that energy, and I'm constantly seeing shit all the time. Like the other night, I was laying in bed, and you know how they say we only see 0.00005% of the light out there?
Yep.
So I was laying in bed, and at nighttime, I watch the sunset. I stare at the sunset. Supposedly, it's supposed to make your eyes better and
I've
actually
heard
do
shit
stuff
like
for
that.
you.
I heard that not long ago.
So check this out. I'm laying in bed, and I'm basically passing out, and I'm staring at the sun, and then my phone rings, and I get up, and I look in my room, and I just see nothing but fucking colors everywhere.
Really?
It was cool. It was for about 10 seconds, but it was like just colors everywhere,
you sure you
bro.
didn't take DMT right before that, or what?
Well,
isn't that what DMT does, kind of?
Honestly,
I've never
I
done it.
don't know. I don't know. Well, like
Sorry
one
to change
thing,
the
like
subject, but-
no. Like so, apparently, like when you breathe, fucking like 30 times in and out, like you start getting this feeling. Apparently, like they say that's it, part of it. But again, like when people smoke it, they say it lasts 10 minutes, but then they think they're in their story for hours. You know
Somebody
what I mean?
offered me some a while back, and I was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Oh fuck, I'd do it in a heartbeat. If there's some DMT, but that's a
it's
lot
not
of
a drug. It's like an addictive drug. It's a little thing where you.
It's in every cell of our
It's
body.
not like you're on acid.
It's in
nothing
every.
like that.
Well, that's when somebody was talking about actually doing it, and he was with the shaman, and he did it, and he actually got up, and he didn't even feel anything anymore. And the guy's like, "Wait," he's like, "If you're done, you're done." And he didn't feel anything, but he's like, "If you want to go back into it, go back into it now." You know what I mean? So he laid down and he did that. I can't really remember the story, but yeah, he said it was like, if you want to come out of it, you come out of it. But he smoked it. He didn't drink it or anything like that. I guess when you drink it, it's way more powerful. It lasts a lot longer. But he said it literally lasts like 10 minutes.
My neighbor upstairs trying to get me to do it.
But when they're in it, it just seems like it's a lot longer. 20 hours. I can't remember what he said. But one of them said 8, one of them said 20.
So you get back from it, and someone's like, "You were gone for 12 minutes or whatever," and to them, you think you're gone.
One guy
for
timed
hours?
it. One guy timed it. The one I was listening to, he timed it. But the other one, I Can't really. It was a while. You know my brain. I don't
But how do they? What I don't get about DMT is how do they make it? Like, you're not extracting it from humans. I mean,
well, it comes out of a
plant.
root.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is the root. It has to be mixed with something else, something completely
at the right time
opposite.
or something. Probably
it has to be. And so it's like, how did they know to actually extract something from a root and something else?
Correct.
You know what I mean? But I think
Who would have thought of that? Like,
well.
The Wuhan lab.
They talk about the Akashic records, right? And it's what we all have. We have the ability to tap into any information and all information we want to.
Yep.
But how do we do it? That's the question. And I'm actually starting to. That's why I'm starting to work with energy. I'm starting to meditate. And fuck, I'm the worst meditator in the world. I can meditate.
I suck too, man.
The other night, I actually was meditating for a little bit over an hour, and it seemed like it was 5 minutes. Like when I'm into really good meditations. Dude, time flies, literally. I mean, like, it's like you think you're in it 5 minutes, and an hour and a half, 2 hours later, you're like, what the hell, man? That was crazy. But what's one of the hardest things to do? Sit and just think with your mind closed and just not think about anything. You know what I mean? And so I think we all need to really start paying attention to energy and moving that energy and understanding, like, we all have the capabilities. I mean, how many times have things happened in life around people that scares the shit out of them, and they call it devil worshiping, right? Oh, so I know a lot of people. Let me get into this. So, if we're all creators and we all have that capability, okay, just go with me on this, and we really are part of God.
Okay.
So. Most people in my life and with me as well, when I talk about my gifts to other people, every single person, you got to be careful. That's part of devil worship. That's part of the devil. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'm trying to be the best person I'm trying to be. I'm loving every single person I can love. I'm trying to see the good in evil people and just live my best life as the best as I can as right now. And things are really happening to me. And then they call it, oh, you better be careful because, you're working with the devil. And I think a lot of that is
black magic, though. Isn't that what black magic is?
Black magic, I don't know, bro. Honestly, I can't tell you that. I mean, I think we can use evil. You know what I mean? We have the gifts to use that any way we want, right? And it's our understanding. And that's why, I don't even think God... There is no devil to God. You know what I mean? We're all love. We're all light. We're all creation. Man-made devil. I mean, you hear all these people, why would God do this? Well, God isn't doing this. We're doing this. We're the ones that's actually creating this world, and God's just allowing us to do whatever the fuck we want. And it's our choice to whether choose if we want to go to heaven or be in heaven or create heaven or hell. So that's why it talks about the temple. You're thy temple. You're clean thyself. Keep thyself clean.
Yep.
There ain't, you know what I mean?
The big LDS thing too, isn't it?
I think it's everything.
Yeah.
It's in every religion, and it's to a point just giving us enough information to fucking get us hooked. They give us enough to understanding of who we are, but they're not indulging everything. And once they indulge everything, we don't need to know anything because we know we all have it within ourselves. We know we can create, get any information we want at any and all times because that's what we are. We just don't understand it yet. We need to create that. We need to become that. And the more we pay attention to it, the more it grows. Energy grows wherever it's at.
Sure.
So the more you pay attention to it, the more it grows. And so the more information comes in. And holy fuck, you don't even know how many times I've been thinking about a book. All of a sudden, bam, the book's right around the corner. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Just little synchronicities like that. And I'm starting to see them more and more and more and more and more. And it's just amazing when you actually pay attention to that stuff, how it actually just is. And it's just giving you as much information as it can with the world that's around. Yeah. I swear to God, my roommates fucking think I'm crazy. I have shit constantly disappearing from me, bro. Literally. I'm like,
it's the demon, dude.
Every once in a while, like,
it's the fucking demon, dude.
I don't know what it is, bro, but
car keys,
I swear on my life. Yeah, one time it was a car keys moved. That wasn't, but I'm literally leaving my room and not coming back, bro.
Usually when you stop thinking about it, that's when you'll find it. But
bro, I found a few things have came back, okay? But then again, there's a few things that are still gone, and it's like, what is this fucking telling me? I'm trying to figure out what is the world telling me. I can't figure it out, but there's some information there. Information is being given to us at all time to grow. That's it. What are we going to learn from it? And every negative thing I've gone through, I've had amazing gifts come out of it. But I've paid attention to them, and so I'm really trying to pay attention to things. And I mean, you know me, I'm not that smart, and so
You're smart.
it takes me a while to get things. But yeah, I'm learning. But that's the thing. It's like,
Brain's a little fried, you know, from the life he's lived.
but that's the thing. We got to understand. Brain cells do come back. We're actually proving now that we can heal ourselves. Proven fact. It's 100% proven fact. Now check this out. So
alcohol, liver, alcohol.
we'll check this out. And so they Bruce Lipton, Dr. Bruce Lipton, if he even says this, he's like, anybody that knows this, you're smarter than doctors out there, because doctors don't believe this. They don't work with this. But as a proven fact, he has taken cancer cells. He's taken just bad, you know what I mean? Just cancer, whatever, you know what I mean? Yep. So he's actually taken that and putting it into a healthy dish, and it was and it just started to cure itself. And really? Basically what it's saying is, you know how they say genes, whatever genes you are dealt with, that's your life. Okay. The point of the story is, and everybody check out Dr. Bruce Lipton. He's on YouTube with simple little videos, and he explains it a lot better. But what it's saying is, each and every time, and every fucking time, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It happens every time. You put it in a healthy environment, it gets better. You put it in a negative environment, it causes disease, fear, anger, you know what I mean? Just that negative state of mind, it kills you instantaneously. But once you start to have love and gratitude, you start to fucking heal every single time. And that's the thing. It's like, you know, the placebo effect. You think you're taking a pill, but it has nothing to do with anything.
The mice with the sugar water and the cocaine.
They're doing it with people. You know what? No, check this out. So what was that? What was that antidepressant that we were taking?
Which?
The main one.
Like Prozac?
Prozac.
Yeah, Prozac. Yeah.
Prozac doesn't do anything. Yeah. It is a proven fact. It doesn't do anything. I think it's Prozac. Yeah, it's Prozac. And so what I noticed when I was on it as well, I was really trying to pay attention if it helped me or not.
You're not thinking of Prozac. You're thinking of it's an anti. It's not that one. It's fuck. I'll think of it. I know what you're talking about though. I just don't know which one it is. Abilify maybe?
No, it's Prozac. I'm pretty positive.
Shot or a pill?
I can fucking look it. I can look it up right now. But
here, I'm gonna just keep talking. I got it. All right. So
here, let me pull up the video and we'll just listen to it.
Oh, so you saw it in the video. Cool. It's
called Bruce Lipton.
The generic name is a fluoxetine. Fluoxetine.
I think it was
FLOU.
I don't know.
It's right here.
Here, listen to this. Let's just listen to this.
I'm listening to it.
All right, this.
Put a little bit up here.
Yeah, I will. I'm just waiting for it to go.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I think this one's it, but
when I was very young, of course, you listen to older people, adults about life, and there were two different perspectives. There was the spiritual perspective of life, and there was a scientific. What was interesting as a child, even, I saw that many spiritual people would talk about the glory of spirit. But then as a child, I could also see, well, they had nice talk. Their lives didn't match what they were teaching. And so at some point I started to say that spirituality is not the path. But I saw science. And what was science unique was that a truth in science on this side of the planet is the same truth in science on the other side of the planet. And I started to realize that the understanding of science seemed to be more important than the belief in spirituality. And then, of course, as a kid, Albert Einstein was still alive. And as a kid, when you see Albert Einstein, he's like the most lovable grandfather image you could ever imagine. A joy-filled scientist. So I said, that's where I'm going to go. I spent the next 30, 40 years of my life in deep science. I learned everything just like out of a book. I just read it and it became, yes, that's true. And genes control life and we're just molecules. And then we have life and then we die. And then the genes and molecules turn back into the dust. And I thought, oh, okay, we just have this one life. And so I had no spirituality. As a matter of fact, I was very proud of my science.
Yeah.
Well, that hasn't even said anything yet. I've never heard this one before, but we'll get another one.
And then I started working on cells.
It'll get good right here.
And I saw something that was completely different than what was going on with my field of science. In one part of my life, I'm teaching in the medical school, and I'm teaching conventional science. Genes control life, and your fate is determined by your genes. But in my laboratory, I was working with cells, and my research revealed the genes were not controlling the behavior of the cell. The environment was controlling the behavior of the cell. But at this time, all of the scientists around me were genes, and I'm the only one that's looking at a different answer. So most of my colleagues just said, oh, your work is interesting, but it's not very important. But I kept studying the cells. The cells were my guru. They were my teacher. I observed and watched the cells. And when I started to understand how can an environment change genetics, all of a sudden I realized that the information from the environment was being controlled by the cell membrane, the skin. And that information then went into the nucleus and controlled the genes. So I started to look at the nature of the cell membrane. And I saw the mechanism of what are called receptors. Like in our membrane, our skin, we have receptors, eyes, ears, nose, taste, and how we see the environment, and that information controls our biology. In the tissue culture, I saw the same thing. The environment was coming in through receptors, and then the membrane would tell the genes what to do. Well, I was so excited by this, and I remember typing on the computer my insights and talking to the computer about, oh, this is how life is controlled.
One that's kind of.
And then I realized as I was typing on the computer that what happens is no two people are the same. And I say, how do I say that biologically? How can I say no two people are the same? The answer is simple. You cannot take your cells and your organ and put it into another person's body, because the immune system says self. And if you put somebody else's cells in your body, the immune system says not self. And the immune system will eliminate it. So I said, wow, no two people are the same. Where's the difference? And then I realized on the surface of our cells, there are special receptors, antennas. And no two people have the same set of antennas. I say, yeah, but what are the receptors reading? I say, they're reading environmental signal. I said, then no two people are reading the exact same environmental signal. And I started to realize, but wait, our identity are these antennas. And so science says, oh, the identity is physical antennas. And I go, no. The antennas receive a signal. I said, you're focusing on the mechanical receptor. You're not focusing on where the signal is coming from. And then in this moment of blinding flash, I realized, oh my goodness, all of us are each receiving a special environmental signal. But the most important and exciting part was our identity coming through the receptors is not in here. Our identity is coming in from outside. And all of a sudden I said, but if my identity is on the outside, then my body is not the identity. It's picking up a signal. And in physics, we call it the field. And I say, oh, each of us is recording our own environmental field. But then a life transformation in 1 minute. I was not spiritual 40 some years. And in 1 minute, I became fully spiritual, because I realized we're not in here. We are playing our spirit through this. So I refer to it like the body is a television set. And my television set is playing the Bruce show for you.
That guy right there.
And I say, but where does the Bruce show come from? I say, it's the broadcast. And I say, oh. And at that instant, I realized, if you're watching a television and the television breaks, we say, television is dead. I go, is the broadcast still there? I say, yes, the broadcast is there. You get another TV, you plug it in and turn it on, and the show is back on. And all of a sudden I said, I cannot die. I cannot die because I'm the television set. The broadcast is forever. And I started to realize, my goodness, because if my body dies, a new TV in the future from another parent will show up with the same antennas but a different body. It doesn't have to be male or female. It could be white, black, yellow, red. These are television sets. We are the broadcast. And I realized at that moment, I cannot die because I'm not in here. And at that moment, I have to tell you the truth. 40 years, my work was coming from my head, my brain. And in that 1 minute, when I saw, oh my God, I'm out here, I'm a field, I'm an energy, I'm a spirit. All of a sudden, my heart started to ache, not with pain. My heart started to ache with the most overriding joy I've ever experienced in my life. The tears were coming down my face, and it was like, and my whole life changed. Why? Because if you eliminate the concept of death, there is nothing to fear on this planet. And I lost the fear of death. And I also started to recognize, oh my God, I am this energy. And then my science brain said, why have a spirit and a body? Why not just be the spirit? And that's when I found out I had Jewish cells. How did I know? Because I asked a question. Why have both? And 50 trillion funny cells come up with a question they asked me. I asked them a question. The cells asked me a question. The cell said, Bruce, if you're just a spirit, what does chocolate taste like? And then I realized the body is an extension of the spirit. The body gives us an opportunity to experience life. What does a sunset look like? What does music sound like? What does wonderful food taste like? And I said, that's from the body. And that body sends that information back to my spirit. But then I also recognize, but my spirit is driving my body and creating. And then I started to laugh because I said, everyone thinks we die and we go to heaven where you can create whatever heaven is for you. And I realized, oh my God, we are born into heaven. This is where you came to create. And the problem is that why can't our creations always match our wishes and our desires? Because between our spirit and our body is a mind. And that mind gets programmed by teachers. And if the teachers don't give you the absolute truth, your body is not running from truth. It is running from program.
I want to go off of that. Like, that's not the one I wanted to pick. That one was more of, like, out there. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I want to go off that. But that's the thing. It's like our creation, our world is what we've been taught to believe that we've held on to. Mm-hmm. What we got to do is we got to release a lot of those beliefs. And that's why it talks about in the Bible, you got to become like childlike. Mm-hmm. You got to forget all the bullshit you've been taught that has nothing to do with anything. You know what I mean? Yeah, The reason why I don't know, I just like that because we are creation, right? Mm-hmm. If God is every in all things, mm-hmm. He is every in all things. Yeah. There is nothing that He is not.
That's it.
And from my understanding, you know how there's angels and protecting us and all that shit. From what I got out of it, from all the investigation I've done from people that actually get it, mm-hmm. what I've came to find out is they don't care about anything we do. Because we are creation. They're all love. How can pure love have any hate in it? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But that's the thing. The only reason why we have hate is because we don't understand the true creation that we are. And once we actually figure that out and find that out, that's where the change comes. That's where the beauty comes. That's where the true heaven on earth comes. Yep. And I think we all really need to go through that and find it, but it's our choice.
Yeah.
It's going to be our own choice to actually get there and actually become it.
I agree.
And that's where I'm at in life. And it's like, yeah, there's still life, of course. But there's got to be more to life than just life. You know what I mean? I'm starting to figure that out now. And I'm actually starting to see it. Things are happening to me I get scared to talk about with people because everybody I talk about think I'm fucking loser. I am a drug addict. Oh, he's just fuck. He must be doing dope again. You know, but that's the thing.
You have your own podcast. Why would you have your own podcast if it didn't? What you were saying didn't make any sense?
Well, that's why I do it. And I mean, even with that, I get scared to do it sometimes.
Yeah,
you know,
it's hard.
But that's the thing. It's like, what type of information am I going to put out there? And a lot of times, like, I get these fucking amazing things, and then I talk myself out of it, or I'm too lazy, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And but that's the thing. It's like I can't do that no more. It's like, what am I here to do? What am I here to create? What do I want to create? Am I going to actually do it, or am I going to fucking be lazy and not do it? And
that's happened to me a couple times in the last couple of weeks. Like, you know, it's 9 a.m. and I can sit here and be a piece of shit and watch some Netflix on a Tuesday, or I can go out the door and get shit done.
Well, I think that's
at the end of the day, you're always better at the end of the day than you were if you would have done nothing.
Well, I think that's the biggest thing with most people in life. You know what I mean? We're taught to believe. Let's say we're poor. You know what I mean? We're taught to be poor. We got to have a job. Mm-hmm. Why would you want to go fucking create a life for yourself? You know what I mean? Like, so there's been so many times I've went off to do my own thing, and every fucking single person in the world I know, the people that truly love me, like this shit, if it was good for me, fuck, I'm set the rest of my life. But every single one of them, why would you do that? Why don't you get a real job? Why the fuck would I want to get a real job, getting paid shit, barely being able to pay my bills? Yeah, maybe having some. I'm doing good right now. I have a job, you know, and I make plenty of money, but it's just, you know, I can live and I can be happy, and I'm cool with that. Yeah. I'm happy now. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But why would we want to settle with that? We can create more. We can create any and all things, but life tears us down.
Like people are set in their ways almost too. You know, like I was telling you about how, like, for example, like somebody in my family, they believe the narrative that's told from. You know,
that's our paradigm. That's our programming.
Off the TV. Yeah. From watching the news, you know.
Well, each and every single person in the world, every person in the world has a paradigm. It's their own program. I mean, when you get up in the morning, I mean, most people, they get up, they make their coffee, they go to work, they do the same thing over and over and over again, but they do it. Their body's used to it, their mind's used to it, so they do it instantaneously. It's an automatic program they do. And so, I mean, one thing with me, I try not to do things all the same. You know what I mean? I try to pay attention to that shit, not have a program. Of course I do. But at the same time, it's like, we're the ones creating our own paradigm. What are we going to create? What are we going to make grow? And every time something happens, we fall down and fail. There is not one successful person in this world that doesn't understand fail.
Correct.
They all fail continuously and constantly, and the reason for it is the reason why they're successful is they know how to deal with that fail.
Absolutely.
They see that fail and they learn from it. They look at it. I remember this one guy, just fucking rich dude. He still is, but he lost everything. I mean everything. And he said the best thing that ever happened to me was losing everything I had. Because I learned from it. I actually paid attention to it, and I actually made something of it. Most people, when something bad happens to them, they cry and they just blame. You know what I mean? They just they stay in that negative state of mind. You know, successful people, they look at it, they see it, and they change it, and they move on, and they just hit it with everything they got. And most people aren't willing to put in that work. If you want to become rich, you gotta go all day long. You have to. You got to be that type of person. But the way is there's a lot of people out there that are making it a lot easier. You know what I mean? You don't have to go out and bust your ass all day. I mean, there's a lot easier ways, but you got to constantly just be going and finding a way that works for you, a way that makes you passionate for the stuff you love, so it'll make you want to do it. You know what I mean? Kind of like this. You know what I mean? This is stuff we want to do, and it's just going to grow and grow and grow, and it's going to become something beautiful, I believe.
I got to pause it right there. Just hold on to that thought, because we got to pay our bills. Guys, wanted to give Cindy a shout out over at Lavender Lines Bath and Body. Have you used that shower gel?
Yeah, that's good. It's good stuff.
It's incredible, man. I used to dry up really bad, but anyway, so Cindy, she owns Lavender Lines Bath and Body.
Well, let me tell you something about that lotion. So the other day, like, I was really, I was looking at my hands, and because I work out and stuff, I was totally dry, bro. And so I put it on, and just, it was like, it was amazing. It was really good shit. And so
you go in the shower, dried out, and you just rub that shit on you, and you get out, and you're fucking golden, dude.
Well, yeah.
But she's, just so everybody knows, she's down at, let me see, 3446 South Main Street, Salt Lake City. 3446 South Main Street. You can place orders at lavenderlinesbathandbody.com, or you can go to the shop. You get an in-store anything over $75. Take 10% off, and mention Big Things by 9.
I would personally go down this shop and actually meet her, because she's an amazing lady.
Yeah,
and
you know Cindy.
I want to give a shout out to her. I mean, Cindy's she's one of them type of people that you meet and you're like family. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I mean,
we're better together.
You treat her good, she's gonna treat you good, and honestly, she's just an amazing person. So I recommend going down there.
And then one more thing. she has leftover merchandise from Christmas. So if you want to go buy any Christmas type stuff, soaps or whatever, she's going to take 50% off for you. So check her out. You know, she's down there in Mill Creek, and you know, Cindy's done a lot for me throughout, you know, my adult life, and same for Eric. And you know, we're grateful to be friends with her. You know, she's a great friend, and she's honest, and she loves to take care of people. You know, that's her thing. She likes to help people. So and then one more next thing, I give a shout out to Smokers Guru. They're at Wayne's Corner, or other people know as 13th and State. They're actually not right. They're in the building behind the gas station. You see a big old sign, Smokers Guru. Go in there, tell them Big Things by 9 sent you.
I actually went to school with the owners.
The guy with the goatee.
It was Omar and Hizer. Like, their dad used to own the shop. Like, it was actually
the kid that runs it. Yeah, I know.
It was anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah. They're good people.
Yeah,
they're good people. Oh yeah.
And you know, also not just if you don't, you know, vape or anything, go buy some incense. They have every kind of incense you can think of, and burn it and sit back and, you know, enjoy yourself, because
they're 420 friendly.
Yeah, they are very 420 friendly. So,
I'm not, but I used to be.
But you know, yeah, I think, like, my view on that though is, first thing, they have incredible looking bongs. I mean, I'm not looking for a bong, but they have in the nice glass cases.
Well, I want to just stop with that. I mean, the research coming out with what marijuana does for you, it's a miracle drug. I mean, it is a miracle drug,
agree, 100%,
and you know, we're starting to find that out now. We're figuring that out now, and we're actually seeing all the benefits it actually does for you, and it's literally
the
it's
CBD
a miracle
and all that stuff.
Well,
dude,
yeah,
it's huge.
everything. I mean,
It's huge.
there's research on a lot of things. You know, I mean, not just 1, 2, 3. I mean, thousands of things it's helping out with, and we're just starting to figure this out.
The beard stuff. She gave me a thing of beard oil. Cindy did, which is awesome, and you put a little bit of that on there, and also it's plant based. So, you know, I know people are really into plant based stuff, but I'm sitting there putting the oil on my beard.
Well,
the
it's
other
natural.
morning. Yeah,
it's not chemicals. It's not.
Yeah, she doesn't fuck with all that shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like chemicals destroy our bodies. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Natural plant stuff. I mean, that's the thing as well. I mean,
I was going to ask you about that plant based stuff.
The other day, I drive by McDonald's every fucking day to go to the gym. Mm-hmm. And the food that they serve, I mean, fast food is fucking horrible for you.
Oh, it's the worst.
And one thing I want to say is, like, so McDonald's, you know, hamburgers and shit, whatever.
Kangaroo meat.
A year later, there wasn't even any bacteria, and nothing wanted to eat it. Nothing, because it's like, what is that? Everything is information. What we put in our bodies, what it is, and the only thing it is, it's information. Mm-hmm. What is that information doing for us? And that's why it says eat plant-based stuff, eat that stuff, because the light is giving it information.
Is it
we put it in our body,
shit, like FDA approved. You know, like.
Well, I'm talking like salad. You know, like salad, carrots, fruit.
Okay, yeah, gotcha,
you know, just healthy stuff for you.
Better produce.
And but that's the thing. It's apparently, you know, the light hits it and it grows, and that information that we eat, it's changing who we are.
Fruit's
to
great.
I don't know. You know, I'm just learning with this stuff.
It's better for you.
Well, that's the thing. When I stopped drinking tap water. Of course, I don't have teeth anymore. I got dentures, so I don't use toothpaste. I don't have that. I don't get that fluoride as much. But I guess
every morning with the deodorant.
Deodorant has.
It's got fluoride in it. Yeah.
I guess that does too. But at the same time, like, I really stopped drinking tap water. I buy my own water, alkaline water. Actually, I got an alkaline machine now I'm going to hook up.
Oh,
but
really?
But I've been eating healthier, and once I started doing this, that's when this shit started to happen to me. When I started to fucking have all these things happen to
healthier,
me.
You know?
And I truly believe, like, we are creation. What type of creation are we going to do? We have all this information given to us to do, but are we going to do it or not? How much, you know what I mean? Like, we just blow it off because...
That's the American way, blow it off. You know, that's just what we do. You know, but like, that's kind of what I was telling you the other day, how I didn't want to do shit, but I knew I had stuff to take care of. Wasn't a lot, just enough to, you know, a couple hours worth. And fucking, at the end of the day, I felt so good about myself, dude, just getting it done.
Yeah, when I do something, I feel amazing. But that's the thing, like, fuck, America is... laziness. It's pure laziness. You know what I mean? Yeah, go to McDonald's, grab a burger.
All American.
Anything and all things, we got to pay attention to that and really fucking start creating and becoming and doing something for ourselves, you know?
Yep, absolutely.
So, I don't know. I just think we all need to start loving each other more and realize that, hey, you know, we've all been through hell. We've all wanted to be forgiven. Let's start forgiving and start showing that love. I know how hard it is for me. Hard as hell for me, but it's changing me and it's helping me see things. It's helping me have manifestations happen a lot
Sure.
faster and better. And that's the thing. It's like pay attention to who you are. Pay attention to your thoughts because you're creating your own world.
Yep, I agree 100%. 100%, dude. But anyway, do you have anything else you wanted to hit on?
Probably, but we'll have one set up. I'll have a we'll do one later or do one tomorrow,
Yeah.
and like I'll put something together and really do a good one. But
Perfect.
just wanted to do one and just say love you guys and
guys, that was so you know that was Eric, and he's the host of Time Is Now, which is 3 nights a week for about 20 minutes. He gives you a rundown on everything, and it's really informative. So check that out. It's under the same network, Warner Public Radio Network, so it's really easy to find. So check it out. We love it, the work Eric's doing, and it's good to have him around. So love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll talk soon.
pay attention to your own fucking words. Don't believe what anybody says. Experience it. Love it. Love you guys.
Hell yeah.